If you clicked on Daily Mindfulness for Motivation, simple practices that actually change your brain, you're about to discover something that will fundamentally change how you approach motivation forever. I'm talking about scientifically proven brain changes that happen in just weeks, not years. And the best part? You can start today with just 2 minutes. Number 1, problem identification. Let me guess, you've tried motivation techniques before. You've downloaded productivity apps, read self-help books, maybe even tried meditation apps. But you still find yourself hitting that afternoon slump, scrolling social media when you should be working, or lying in bed knowing you should exercise but feeling completely unmotivated. You're not broken, and you're definitely not lazy. What you're experiencing is completely normal because most motivation advice ignores what neuroscience tells us about how the brain actually works. Today, we're going to change that with simple mindfulness practices that work with your brain's natural patterns instead of against them. Number 2, my real story and connection. 3 years ago, I was the person who would start Monday with ambitious goals and end Friday wondering where my motivation went. I'd drink extra coffee, try new planning systems, even attempted those 5 a.m. morning routines that productivity gurus swear by. Nothing lasted more than a few weeks. The breakthrough came when I discovered that motivation isn't something you generate through willpower. It's something that emerges naturally when your brain is in the right state. And mindfulness, backed by decades of neuroscience research, is the most effective way to create that optimal brain state. Number 3, the science foundation. Here's what Harvard Medical School, Yale University, and dozens of peer-reviewed studies have discovered about mindfulness and motivation. Your brain has something called the default mode network. It's active when you're not focused on anything specific. When this network is overactive, research shows it correlates with decreased motivation, increased rumination, and difficulty maintaining focus on goals. Dr. Sarah Lazar's groundbreaking research at Massachusetts General Hospital used MRI scans to prove that just 8 weeks of mindfulness practice physically changes your brain structure. Participants showed increased gray matter density in areas responsible for learning, memory, and emotional regulation. Even more impressive, they showed decreased activity in the amygdala, your brain's alarm system that triggers stress and procrastination. But here's the part that changed everything for me. Dr. Judson Brewer's work at Yale demonstrated that mindfulness reduces mind wandering by up to 60%. Think about that. When your mind isn't constantly jumping between thoughts, you have dramatically more mental energy available for pursuing what actually matters to you. Number 4, current research trends. The latest 2024 and 2025 studies are revealing even more incredible findings. Researchers at Stanford found that people who practice daily mindfulness show increased activity in brain regions associated with intrinsic motivation, meaning they do not need external rewards or pressure to pursue meaningful goals. The practice itself becomes motivating. UCLA's Mindful Awareness Research Center discovered that mindfulness practitioners have stronger connections between the prefrontal cortex and other brain regions, improving their ability to stay focused on long-term goals, even when faced with immediate distractions. This is why social media and instant gratification feel less compelling when you have a regular mindfulness practice. Number 5, trending connection, mental health. With mental health awareness trending across all platforms in 2025, it's crucial to understand that mindfulness isn't just about productivity. It's about psychological well-being. The World Health Organization now recognizes mindfulness-based interventions as evidence-based treatments for anxiety and depression. But here's what most people don't realize. The same brain changes that improve mental health also boost motivation. When your nervous system isn't constantly in fight or flight mode, you have access to the creative, solution-focused parts of your brain that generate natural enthusiasm for goals and projects. Number 6, mid-video title, mention and first CTA. This is exactly what below. Daily mindfulness for motivation, simple practices that actually change your brain is all about using neuroscience to create lasting motivation that doesn't depend on caffeine, willpower, or external pressure. If you're finding this helpful so far, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. I share evidence-based content like this every week, and trust me, the techniques I'm about to share will revolutionize your daily experience. Core Practice, Section 1, Morning Mindfulness. Let me share 5 simple practices that actually rewire your brain for sustained motivation. Practice 1, the Neuro Reset Morning Routine. Before checking your phone, and this is crucial, spend just 2 minutes observing your breath, not controlling it, just noticing. Research from Johns Hopkins shows this brief practice activates your parasympathetic nervous system and improves decision-making for up to 8 hours. I started doing this 3 years ago, and the difference is remarkable. Instead of immediately feeling overwhelmed by the day ahead, I feel centered and clear about priorities. Your brain literally processes information differently when you start the day in a calm, aware state. Practice 2, Mindful Goal Visualization. Spend 3 minutes visualizing your goals, but here's the key. Notice how they feel in your body, not just how they look in your mind. Neuroscientist Dr. Antonio Damasio's research shows that our brains make decisions based on emotional markers, not logical analysis. When you can feel your goals as positive bodily sensations, your brain naturally moves toward them. This connects directly to the growth mindset research that's trending in psychology circles. Stanford's Carol Dweck showed that people who believe their abilities can develop through dedication and hard work are more resilient and motivated. Mindfulness enhances this by helping you notice when you're operating from a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset in real time. The self-improvement community talks a lot about discipline and productivity hacks, but they're missing the foundation, a calm, aware mind that can actually sustain positive changes. Without mindfulness, most productivity techniques become another source of stress and self-judgment. Core Practice. Section 2, Attention Training. Practice 3, the Focus Reset Technique. Between tasks, take 3 conscious breaths and ask yourself, what's most important right now? This simple practice prevents the mental accumulation that leads to overwhelm and decision fatigue. Studies from MIT show that people who practice mindful transitions report 45% higher productivity and job satisfaction. Practice 4, Emotional Awareness. Check-ins. 3 times daily, pause and ask, what am I feeling right now? Don't try to change anything, just notice. UCLA research demonstrates that simply labeling emotions reduces amygdala reactivity by up to 50%. When you're not fighting your emotional state, you have more energy available for motivated action. Practice 5, Evening Integration. Practice. Before sleep, spend 5 minutes reviewing your day without judgment. What went well? What was challenging? How did you respond? This strengthens your brain's learning circuits and helps you wake up with clearer priorities. Research from Harvard shows that reflection practices improve performance on subsequent tasks by up to 23%. Number 6, Success Stories and Social Proof. I've shared these techniques with thousands of people over the past 3 years, and the feedback is consistently remarkable. Sarah, a marketing manager from Toronto, told me she went from feeling overwhelmed and reactive to leading her team with calm confidence in just 6 weeks. David, a college student struggling with procrastination, reported that his study sessions became naturally focused and enjoyable. The pattern is always the same. People don't become different personalities. They simply remove the mental static that was preventing their natural motivation and clarity from functioning optimally. When your mind isn't caught in constant mental chatter, about past mistakes or future worries, you have access to the focused, creative parts of your brain that generate genuine enthusiasm for meaningful goals. Number 7. Advanced applications. As your practice develops, you'll notice something remarkable about the relationship between mindfulness and motivation. External circumstances that used to derail your energy, difficult conversations, unexpected challenges, even failure, stop having the same disruptive impact. This happens because mindfulness teaches your brain to respond rather than react. When something challenging occurs, instead of immediately feeling defeated or overwhelmed, you have a moment of space to choose how to engage. That space is where sustainable motivation lives, in your capacity to stay connected to your deeper intentions, even when surface circumstances are difficult. Advanced practitioners often report that motivation stops being something they have to manufacture and starts being something that naturally emerges from clarity and presence. They don't need external rewards or pressure to pursue meaningful work, because the work itself becomes intrinsically satisfying when approached with full attention. Number 8. Real-world implementation. Here's how this looks in practical daily life. Instead of forcing yourself to exercise, you become aware of how movement affects your energy and mood. Instead of pushing through work tasks with gritted teeth, you notice which projects genuinely engage your attention and curiosity. Instead of fighting procrastination with willpower, you observe what's underneath the avoidance, often fear, perfectionism, or unclear priorities. This awareness doesn't magically solve every problem, but it gives you accurate information to work with, instead of the mental stories that usually drive procrastination and motivation struggles. When you know what's actually happening in your mind and body, you can make informed choices about how to proceed. Number 9. The trending connection, wellness culture. With wellness and mental health content dominating social media in 2025, it's important to understand that mindfulness isn't just another wellness trend. This is hard science. The research from institutions like Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and UCLA consistently shows measurable brain changes that improve everything from attention span to emotional regulation to creative problem solving. The self-care movement often focuses on external practices, supplements, morning routines, optimization techniques. But mindfulness works from the inside out, creating the mental foundation that makes all other wellness practices more effective and sustainable. If you're committed to transforming your relationship with motivation through evidence-based mindfulness practices, subscribe to this channel and join our growing community of people who are using neuroscience to create lasting, positive change. Leave a comment below sharing which practice you're going to try first. Studies show that public commitment increases follow-through by over 40%. I know what some of you might be thinking: I don't have time for meditation, or I'm not good at sitting still. Here's the beautiful thing about these practices. They're designed for busy, active people. The 2-minute morning practice takes less time than checking Instagram. The transition breaths happen between things you're already doing. The evening reflection can happen while you're getting ready for bed. You don't need special cushions, apps, or perfect conditions. You just need willingness to pay attention to what's already happening in your mind and body. The research is clear. Consistency matters more than duration. 2 minutes daily for 8 weeks creates more brain change than sporadic longer sessions. As your mindfulness practice stabilizes, you'll likely notice benefits that extend far beyond motivation. Sleep quality often improves because your nervous system learns to downregulate more effectively. Relationships become easier because you're less reactive and more present. Creative projects flow more naturally because you're not constantly second-guessing yourself. Physical health often improves as well. When you're aware of your body's signals, you naturally make better choices about food, movement, and rest. Stress-related symptoms decrease because you catch tension before it accumulates into chronic patterns. The reason mindfulness and motivation work so well together is that they're both about alignment, internal alignment, with what genuinely matters to you, and neurological alignment between different brain systems that support sustained focus and positive action. When you're mindfully aware, you're not fighting against your own psychology. You're working with your brain's natural capacity for growth, learning, and sustained attention. This is why mindfulness-based motivation feels sustainable rather than exhausting. It's not forcing anything that isn't already there. Here's exactly how to implement these practices starting today. Week 1. Choose just the 2-minute morning breath awareness. Set your phone to airplane mode until you complete this practice. Week 2. Add the transition breaths between major tasks or activities. Week 3. Include the evening reflection practice. Week 4. Begin incorporating mindful goal visualization. Week 5. Add the emotional awareness check-ins. Don't try to implement everything at once. Sustainable change happens through gradual integration, not dramatic overhauls. The neuroscience is clear, the practices are simple, and the benefits compound over time. Your brain's neuroplasticity means that the changes you create through consistent mindfulness practice become your new normal operating system. Subscribe if you want more evidence-based content on using mindfulness for motivation, productivity, and overall well-being. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos where I'll dive deeper into specific applications for work performance, relationship quality, and creative flow states. Share this video with someone who could benefit from a more sustainable approach to motivation, someone who's tired of the willpower roller coaster and ready for practices that actually work with their brain instead of against it. Remember, this isn't about becoming a different person. It's about removing the mental obstacles that prevent your natural motivation, clarity, and creativity from functioning optimally. Your brain already has remarkable capacities for sustained focus and intrinsic motivation. Mindfulness simply helps you access what's already there. Start with just 2 minutes tomorrow morning. Notice what happens. Trust the process. Your future self will thank you for beginning today. And if you found value in daily mindfulness for motivation, simple practices that actually change your brain, check out the video I'm linking in the description about using mindfulness for better sleep. Because quality rest is the foundation of sustained motivation and mental clarity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.